Hello everybody, this is Mrs. Janice at the Cleveland Hill Schools, and I am going to show you today a cool thing that you can do with your iPad that will allow you to see your Google Meet or Zoom in one part of your screen and then also work on one of your apps in another part of the screen. So, to get started, I first want to show you what happens if you are in one app and you want to see the dock or see the options of what's available to you from another app. So for now, I'm going to start by opening Safari, which is right down here on your dock. Now I'm in Safari, and what I would have to do is very slowly, let me see if I can move this, oops, like that, very slowly, gently swipe up from the center of the dock. Now it's important you do that slowly because if I do it quickly, it might actually quit the app like that. So I need to make sure that I'm doing it very slowly and gently. There it goes, right there. So that is going to show me the apps that I could open in addition to Safari. All right, now if I wanted to then open another one, let's say it's Google Meet, I can then take this and I'm going to hold on the app I want to open, press down on it, and then I'm going to drag it, and now you can see it wants to be on top of the other part of my screen. So if I were in a Google Meet right now, I would see the other people in my Meet on this part of the screen, and then I would also see whatever is in the other app in the background. And that is called Slide Over. Slide Over is an overlay. It lays on top of the other application. Now with the overlay, I don't have to just leave it there. I could actually use that little line at the top and I could move it around. You sort of have to hold on to it for a minute before it'll do that. But you notice when I moved it to the side, see how now Safari moved out of the way? If I drop it there, now the apps each take up half of the screen. That is called split view. So with split view, the apps are actually side by side, and I can decide how much of the screen I want it to take up. I can use this line in the middle to drag it one side or the other to make one app bigger than the other. And again, if I wanted to take this off of this so it's not on top of it anymore, I can drag it until it comes back to that slide over mode. So split view is when they are side by side, and slide over is when one is on top of the other. Now what if I wanted to get rid of the Google Meet window so it wasn't on top of Safari at all? Well, it's a little bit tricky, but the idea here is you're going to move the left side of the overlay window off to the right side of the screen. So for those of our young friends who are still learning our left from our right, just keep in mind it's going to be the left side of the window, and sometimes it's a little tricky to grab it, but I actually like to sort of start with starting with the top here, make sure it's moving, and then if you notice when I swipe it off to the right, it will go away. I have to tell you though, the one app that doesn't like to do this in the side-by-side mode is Seesaw. So if I actually tried it right now, I can open up Seesaw, I can get my dock, and I can get my Google Meet to lay over it, but Seesaw will not move out of the way Safari did for it to sit side by side. It does not want to do that. So if you are going to use Seesaw at the same time that you're on with your teacher, just know that the Google Meet or the Zoom will have to be on top of it because Seesaw will not shrink down the way that the other applications will. All right? If you wanted to exit these, you can just press the home button. I'm going to show you that in Google Classroom, the same thing will work. So I am in Google Classroom right now, and just as before, I can swipe up. I can get either Google Meet or Zoom. In this case, I will actually take Zoom and show you that it does work the same way. I can leave it over it, or I can press this button there, and you'll see it'll move out of the way. So Classroom moves, Seesaw doesn't. All right? And then again, if you wanted to get it back to where it was, all you need to do is put it back into the slide over mode, lay it sort of on top of it, and then you take the left side and slide it off. It's a little bit tricky, but once you get it, it'll slide right off your screen. I hope that this helps you to be able to see your teacher and also see your work. Have a great day.